Yeah, so our thinking here is that the best outcome for cryptos is regulation.
Okay.
That having no regulation is not good for mainstream adoption because there is a huge subset of the world population and of the world's businesses that will not dabble in a completely unregulated market. Doesn't feel safe, they don't feel safe, and so they're not going to do it.
I think it's important to also to reiterate that regulation is also a benefit to the users of crypto as much as it is to regulate the entirety of crypto as a whole.
I agree with that thesis, but I think the more important thing here is that the world agrees with that thesis.
Okay.
Right? That there is there's a certain set of the population, a large set of the population that will not go into an unregulated market. So we can't have no regulation. That's not good for cryptos long term. Then you can't have too much regulation or bans because obviously then that defeats the purpose of cryptos in and of themselves. So the best outcome on the regulation front for cryptos is loose regulation, where companies or countries and governments are starting to acknowledge cryptos, say they have staying power, and they're willing to regulate them to the extent that they provide safety for the participants in the ecosystem, but they don't shortchange the effectiveness of decentralization. And I think that's what we're starting to see. Governments don't know how to do that yet. But the fact that we are not banning them, the fact that, like, so India, for example, just instituted a 30% tax on all crypto-related income, basically, which is the highest income tax rate in India. So initially that sounds like, holy, they're going after crypto. But it's like, think about it. India is a country that has historically been very anti-crypto. They could just as well have banned crypto. They could have taken the Russian route and just banned crypto, or the Chinese, but they're not. They're taking a much more open, like, as opposed to banning it, we're just going to tax it at the highest rate. So, like, that's a step in the right direction. And I think there are a lot of, in the White House in the US, they are also looking at regulation. But I think they're looking at it from the lens of, like, this is here to stay. Let's figure out how to make it a safe way to play for everybody. I think that is the shift that we're seeing in global policy, global regulation towards cryptos. One from, let's get rid of this stuff, it's a threat to us, to, okay, it's here, how do we make it work? And no one knows the answer exactly, but the fact that we're in that mindset is a positive for cryptos. And you're seeing Bitcoin respond positively. I mean, it just broke above 45,000. I think it pulled back to 43 this morning. But you're seeing positive price action in that market. And I don't think the regulation is the biggest driver of it, but it certainly is helping.